Welcome to episode 9 of Inspiration for Your Yoga Mat, featuring 8 postures to spark healing, transformation, and wellness in our body and mind. We'll start with posture 1, a variation of rotated lateral angle. In a kneeling position, step the left foot between the hands. Left knee stacks over top the left ankle. Draw your left hand to the inside of the left foot, and then sweep your right hand back behind to tuck in towards the left hip. Feel an opening in your shoulders. Tuck your tailbone down towards the ground and reach the crown of your head forward. Rotated lateral angle provides a powerful massage for our abdominal region. It opens the rib cage, which in turn helps to facilitate for deeper and fuller breaths. After holding for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, release from this side and perform the same stretch by drawing the right foot forward. Right hand on the inside of the right foot, sweeping the left hand back in to the right hip. Allow yourself to sense the movement of energy in the abdomen area as your entire abdominal area is deeply massaged. We'll move to posture 2, a variation of plank. Begin in neutral table pose with your hips stacked over your knees and your shoulders stacked over top your wrists. Then begin to bend through the elbows and lower your chest down towards the mat with your chin resting on the floor. Spread your fingers wide with a firm base of support through the hands. Press down into the knuckles and into the webs between the thumbs and the index fingers. Keep your head in line with the spine, and the neck will remain soft and relaxed while your gaze is directly floating downwards. This variation of plank helps us to develop postural stability for our entire body. It helps us to align our shoulder joints and develops an overall level of well-being throughout our whole body, including our heart and lungs, while also giving us greater levels of energy throughout our day. Posture 3, a variation of seated boat. Begin sitting back with your knees bent. Allow your right leg to float up towards the sky. Extended out, you're drawing your gaze over top your right toes, and arms are extending out beside the legs. Widen across the front of your chest and feel space created between the shoulder blades by pressing them apart. When you're ready, switch and flow through the same posture on the opposite side. Left leg draws up, fully extended with the gaze drawing over the left toes. Keep your core engaged as you pull the belly button back towards the spine. And feel your spine lengthening as the crown of your head is reaching up towards the roof. This posture is awesome for the core and creating that overall stability. We'll move to posture 4, reclining bound angle pose. In a seated position with our knees bent, allow your knees to drop to the outside edges of the mat, the soles of your feet touching. And gently using your hands, walk yourself back so that you become lying flat on the mat. Feel all 4 corners of your back engaging with the ground. Your neck and back of the head are resting fully down to the earth. Arms are resting out at the sides at a 45-degree angle. In this posture, you can just let gravity do the work as it pulls your knees a little bit closer down towards the ground, opening the hip joints, and helping us with better digestion. This posture can also be helpful in preparation for childbirth. And if you have any prior injuries in your knees or your hips or lower back, feel free to use the modification of placing bolsters, pillows, or blocks underneath your knees for added support. Posture 5. A variation of seated spinal twist. As we draw up into a seated position, draw the right foot so it is resting on the crease of the left hip. Extend the left leg out, keeping that left foot engaged with toes pointing up towards the sky. Draw your left hand behind you. Rest your right hand on the left thigh. Sitting up as tall as you can. On your inhales, feel that lengthening in the spine as the crown of the head reaches up. As you exhale, twist a little bit further into this posture. Release. This time drawing the left foot to the crease of the right hip, drawing the right hand behind the body, the left hand to the outside of the right leg, twisting, keeping the shoulders square, the chest shining forward. Draw your gaze over top the right shoulder. This variation of seated spinal twist helps us to open up our rib cage region, creating a greater space for us to have fuller breathing. Coming back to center and releasing the left foot. Moving into posture 6. A variation of crocodile pose. Lying on the belly, our palms are stacked on top of one another, our forehead resting down on the back side of our hands. We're going to connect our movement with the breath. So as we inhale, we're drawing our arms and our legs up towards the sky. As we exhale, lowering our body back down to the earth. Again, inhale to rise. And exhale to lower. This movement lengthens our spine and massages our abdominal organs as well as our reproductive system. It can also create deep rest for our nerves. Posture 7, fish pose. We're in a seated position with our legs extended out, drawing our hands back beside our sit bones and lowering back onto our forearms. We'll gently allow our forehead or the crown of our head to float down towards the ground. Press your forearms into the earth so that there's just a light pressure on the crown of the head. Feel a lengthening in the neck and soften through your eyes and your jaw. Feel your gluteus muscles drawing down into the hands and lengthen through your legs, pointing your toes to the wall in front. Envision a long arc of energy from your tailbone, drawing up through each vertebra, all the way up through the crown of the head. Fish pose helps to strengthen our shoulders. Let's draw back up and move to our final posture, posture 8. A variation of forward bend. We do this by drawing our right foot back beside our right hip, keeping our left leg extended out. We're going to inhale, draw our arms up overhead, and exhale, fold the body over top the center of the left thigh. Reaching down for your left shin, ankle, the foot, maybe the outside of the mat, whatever feels comfortable for you. Connect subtle movements to your breathing. As you inhale, feel that lengthening in the spine, the crown of the head reaching forward. As you exhale, rest a little deeper into the stretch. And when you're ready, switch for this same stretch on the opposite side. This variation of forward bend helps us to lengthen our spine as well as stretch and lengthen our hamstring muscles. Beautiful work on the mat today. Challenging yourself, maybe starting out holding each posture for 30 seconds, and as the week progresses, maybe holding these postures even up to 2 minutes each. Creating greater health in our body, our muscles, our ligaments, our joints. Creating a space for greater health and well-being. Thank you for joining us on the mat this week. Namaste.